Good day, everybody. I hope you're all fine. So welcome to my channel. We are back once again. Please do not forget to subscribe. To subscribe, like and share. So now in this video we'll be doing grade 10 maths, and then I will be focusing on factorization. I want us to start doing a revision of what factorization of taking out the highest common factor, and then number 2, doing what you call difference of two squares. Is it fine? That's what I want to focus on today. And then on the next video, we'll be doing what you call factorization of trinomials. So now let's start. Factorization, you know that it is the process of writing a number or an expression as the product of its factors. It can be seen as the reverse procedure of the distributive law. Okay, we're gonna see the reverse procedure that I'll be talking about. So now let's start with the first one, taking out the highest common factor. You know that under factorization, we have taking out the highest common factor, difference of two squares, quadratic trinomials, grouping, and the sum of difference of two cubes. But today we are just focusing on those two things only. So now let's start with the taking out the common factor. Okay, so we are even gonna see the reverse procedure. Let's start with the reverse procedure of the distributive law. So now, since I said this one is the first one, let's say I have AB plus AC. Okay, so now they are saying that take out the common factor. But now in the higher grades, like grade 11 and grade 12, you are gonna have to know what you must do. You are not gonna be told whether to take out what is common or whatever. You just have to know what to do. So you need to train yourself while there's still time. So now in this case, they are saying that factor out what is common. So we can see that the highest common factor, the expression which is common here, it is what is A. So you have to know that numbers, variables. When I'm saying variables, I'm talking about A, B, X, and everything, every alphabet. Numbers and variables, or numbers and variables combined, can be the ones that are common, right? That's what you have to know. So now in this expression, I can see that A, it is what? Common. So when A, it is common, you're gonna take it out. But how do you express it? It is gonna be like this. You write what is common outside, and then you open your bracket, and then now check what is gonna happen when you are taking out what is common. It is the same as dividing. What am I saying now? It is the same as doing this. Like, let's start with AB. If I have AB, it is the same as dividing by A, so that A and that A will cancel, meaning that I'm simply left with B. Same applies to AC, meaning that I'll be left with C. So this is my answer. So now let's go to the reverse procedure that I was telling you about. If I say, let's go back to our what you call the multiplications of binomials that I did in the last two videos. If I say A times B, it is AB. A times C, AC. Can you see it? That is the reverse procedure that I am talking about. So let's start with the first example. They can say factorize the following expression. Okay. So now, what you have to need, even in grade 10, they can just say factorize without even telling you what you must do. So you must know what you must do. So 15x squared plus 9x to the power 5. They are saying that factorize. When you know that whenever you see the word factorize, know that either I have to take out what is common, it's either I have to check the difference of two squares, it's either it has to be a trinomial or the grouping or two cubes. Whenever you see the word factorize, those are the things that you must check. Ne? So now the first thing that you have to know is that the factors of 15 is what? 1, 3, and 5, and 15, right? Those are the factors. And then the factors of 9, it is what? 1, 3, and what? 9. So now we are going to continue. Again, the factors of x squared, ne? You can note these things now. X squared is what? 1, x, and x squared. Those are the factors, because I told that any variable is the same as 1. So now again, the factors of 1 can be 1 or x squared or x cubed or x to the power 4 or x whatever, that 5, because I told you that each and every variable is the same as 1. Okay, so now if you are given that x squared and x to the power 5, what is the common factor, the highest common factor? The highest common factor is x squared. Okay, so now let's go to this question and now check something. Remember what I told you, the highest common factor between an expression can be a number or a variable, or both a number and a variable. If I'm saying a variable, I'm talking about x squared, x cubed, whatever. When I'm talking about the number 1, 2, 3, blah blah blah. So now we are gonna go to the question. So as you can see here, I have to find what is common, but I can see that the highest common factor between the two numbers, it is, let's start with the number, ne? Between the two factor, the two things, the two terms, I can see that the highest common factor, it is what? 3. Okay, so now because 3 can be what in 3 can be divisible, 15 can be divisible by 3, like it 3 yangena ngaphakathi kwe 15. So 3 ka kgona ho tsena ka hara 15, so that you can understand it better. Like if we say 15 divided by 3, we are gonna get the straight answer without being left with a reminder. So if we say 9 divided by 3, you're gonna get an answer. So now that is why I'm saying that. So now x squared and x to the power 5. Yes, I can simply say the highest common factor is what? 3x squared, because I told you here, okay, 3x squared, because I told that the factors of 1, it is those ones that I listed. Then you open your bracket. Then now what is your answer in the bracket? I told you it is the same as what? 15x squared over 3x squared. The first thing first, you can see that this one and this one are gonna cancel out, meaning that I'm left with 15 divided by 3. What is 15 divided by 3? It is 5. So you are gonna write 5 here, then plus. Then you are left with what? 9x 5 over 3x squared. So you can start with the numbers. 9 divided by 3, it is what? It is 3. So lana, I have 3. So now let's go to the variables. Now, whenever you have something like this, whenever you are factoring out what is common, it is the same as dividing. So it is x to the power 5 divided by x squared. So now you can revise your exponents. Same basis. When they are dividing, you subtract the exponent. So it is the same as x to the power 5 minus 2, which is the same as x cubed. So now here we have what? X cubed. Okay, that is our answer for that question. Even if we can verify, 3x squared times 5, 3 times 5, 15, x squared times 1, it is x squared. 3 times 3, 9, x to the power of 2 times x to the power of 3 is x to the power of 5. Because same basis, whenever they are multiplying, you add exponents. Okay, I'm just linking the things with the laws of exponents, because that is a better way of explaining it. Let's go to the second question. Okay, so now we can have 15 a to the power 4 b to the power 6 minus 3 a to the power a b squared. Okay, so now that is what we have there. So they are saying that we must factorize. So now, since today we are doing factorization of highest common factor, we know that we must find what is common. But now already I know that 3, it is common, because 15 divided by 3 has an answer, 3 divided by 3 has an answer. So I can start with my 3 there. But now I can see that in both expressions, a is there and also a is there. So it meaning that 3a, it is common. So let's go to b. B is here, also b is there. So it means that ab, it is common on both equations, and even 3. So it means that my what you call my common factor, it is 3a b. But let me check my powers. I can see that this is b to the power of 6 b squared. So I'm allowed to say 3ab squared is what? Common. Okay, you simply check what we have. So now let's go and do the things here. So it simply means learn it is the same as saving what? 15a to the power of 4 and then b to the power of 6 divided by 3ab squared. So now 15 divided by 3, it is what? It is 5, right? Then you know, same basis, when they are dividing, you subtract. So it is the same as 4 minus 1, because lana, there is an invisible power of 1. 4 minus 1, it is what? 3. So lana, it is a to the power of 3. And then let's go to b. 6 minus 2, it is what? 4. Then now I know that lana, I'm left with 1 on the other side, because now it is 3ab squared. Then that is my answer. This one times this one is that one, this one and that one is the same as that one. Is it fine, guys? That is how it factorization of what you call checking what is common. Okay, but we're gonna do more questions as time is going, so that you can be able to understand each and everything. So now we can move on to what you call to another part, which is what? A difference of two squares. Okay, so now let's go. So let's go to what we call difference of two squares. So now on the difference of two squares, it is the reverse. We are going to be talking about reverse processes. But now let's go difference of two squares. Now we are going to be talking about numbers such as 4, 9, 16, 25, and 36. So basically here, numbers here, these are numbers whereby there is a certain number that is multiplied. That number is multiplied by itself, and then we obtain these numbers. Why am I saying that? 2 times 2 is 4. 3 times 3 is 9. 4 times 4 is 16. 5 times 5 is 25. 6 times 6 is 36. Can you see? So those numbers are multiplied by that number is multiplied by itself, so that you can obtain those numbers. Okay, so now we are gonna check what we have there. Okay, so now remember, let me do a revision. If you have a plus b and then we have a minus b, simply know that this one is this what? A squared minus b squared, because that is the what? The reverse product, the reverse process, because a times a is squared, but it is a times negative b, it is negative ab, then this one is going to be positive ab, which is going to cancel out. Is it fine, guys? That's what you will have to know and understand. Let's start with the first one. They can say factorize x squared minus 25. Then you know that you're going to do what? A square root if maybe you want to have full clarity. So now whenever we do difference of two squares, there must be a plus and a minus. So the first bracket and the second bracket must have different signs. So the first one must have a plus, the second one must have a negative. It's fine. So now it means then I'm gonna put two brackets, then I'm gonna put a positive here and a negative there. So now since I have x squared here and then a 25 here, I can simply what you call find the square root of both, so that you can understand. So now same applies to this one. It is gonna be x squared 25. Mind you, everything is separate. So now it means that our answer here is gonna be the square root of x squared, it is x. The square root of 25, it is 5. And then the square root of x, it is x. And then the square root of 25, it is what? That 5 there. So it means that this is my answer, the reverse process there that we have. Is it fine? So now after that, we are gonna do another question. Don't want to worry about other equations. We are gonna do them as time goes on. I'll be uploading some nice examples. Just that now we are just doing the revision and everything. If they said factorize this, I can see that this side I have 64x to the power 4, this side I have 49x y to the power y to the power of 2, which is y squared. So now I will open my bracket, two brackets there, and then now I know that I must have a plus and a minus. Then now they want us to factorize fully. So now you remember I said factorization is a process of writing them in a reversible manner. So now for 64, what is the square root of 64? It is 8. And then the square root of x to the power 4, it is x what? Squared. You see, this is 8x squared. Then you can check another one. What is the square root of 49? It is 7. Then of y squared, which is y. The square root of 64, 8. And then x squared minus 7y. You see, simply write your answer. So my answer is 8x squared plus 7y. Then this is 8x squared minus 7y. You see, simply have two brackets that have two different signs. The other one has a positive sign, the other one has a negative sign. So now that's what you will have to know with what? Difference of two squares. Okay, because even if like you'll be having something like x squared minus 16, you know that you're gonna put two brackets. Then this side you have x plus 4, this side you have x minus 4. You see how easy it is. So there's no problem there, but you're gonna be doing more questions and more examples if time goes on. So thank you very much, guys. I hope you enjoyed.